Hello, Mr. Stokes again. Again, we're going to look at another how to answer question in my little book of big answers. So scroll down to the one we're doing today, which is about business organisations. A tough question, that's what we did last time. So, evaluate the possible consequences to a business you have studied if the functional areas do not operate efficiently. Which of these consequences would have the greatest impact on the business? Give reasons for your answer. Again, we're going to evaluate. So that means we've got to pick at least 3 consequences and then pick which one is the biggest consequence. And we have to have studied a business where the functional areas haven't worked very well. So we did about Boloff, which is a company in Willenhall, remember? So the first part, again, is describing what happened at Boloff. Well, no, that's incorrect. First of all, we'll talk about what each department is responsible for. So here I've talked about the HR department is responsible for hiring the workforce and organising bonuses for their staff, and the finance are in charge of monitoring the money coming in and out. So there's a simple definition, simple theory about what the HR department do and what the finance department do. I'm also introducing the 2 departments that are not working efficiently in this business, in the story. So the AO2 part, pick a different colour, red or blue. The AO2 part is here, which is explaining what's happened at Boloff. So HR told the workers that they would be getting a big bonus. When the bonus came, the finance department had actually paid lower bonuses than the HR reported to the workforce. Now that is enough of a story to be able to do 3 consequences. According to exam boards mark schemes, all you need to do is explain 3 different consequences. So what was the consequences of this happening? Well, number 1, it led to a decrease in motivation. The staff was expecting a higher bonus, so they decided to do less overtime, meaning fewer screws were made during November, December. Again, this is constantly applied to Boloff because I've talked about screws, because that's what they do, don't forget they make screws. And it's got to be applied now because I've explained something that happened to Boloff. So what's the consequence number 2? It means that Boloff may have lost orders as items were not there to sell on time to meet demand and thus lower profit. So if businesses have put money an order in and it's not been done because they didn't work their overtime, they're going to lose sales. Our third consequence of this is the customers who ordered the screws that didn't get them would have moved to another reliable business and stopped working with Boloff. So there are our 3 different consequences. So how do we do the conclusion? Well, we have to evaluate. So we have to pick which consequence out of these we think is the biggest consequence. Again, you can pick any one you want as long as you justify it. I said the loss of customers is probably the biggest consequence because you can always pay the workers their proper bonuses, which will make them motivate again. You could also get your items to be on time to try and get your customers back. However, once you've lost customers to another business, it's very hard to entice them back again. So that's what I've done. Now don't forget the golden rule, what we have. How do we know our answer is applied to the question? Applied to the business we're doing as well. So, we do about Boloff. So what have I done? I've explained the story here, and just in case I've threw the word screws in. Now what you do is change the word Boloff for a different business. Let's pick Tesco. Does it make sense? Well, that bit does because that's just theory. But this didn't happen at Tesco, so that doesn't make any sense, does it? Secondly, so they did less overtime when fewer screws were made. Tesco don't make screws, so therefore the answer makes no sense to Tesco, so it must work for Boloff, which makes it AO2 applied. Thanks for listening. I'll be back soon.